I'm about to start my second year of college and I still don't know how to cook, which is terrifying because move-in day is in 2 months and I don't really feel like starving to death on the cold floor of my apartment. So my options are either to learn some recipes or I could live off of the prepackaged war rations that they call food at my school's dining hall. And student fees are kind of beating my ass right now, so we're doing this whole thing on a budget. Today I'm gonna make 3 gourmet meals. Or some. Oh! Gourmet. One for $10, one for $5, and one for only $1. Okay, so first we're going to Food Lion, and we're gonna go pick up some of the ingredients we need. Quick confession, I may or may not actually have a recipe. I'm just sort of freestyling it, and we're gonna figure it out as we go. How much is that? 79 cents. All right, I'm trying to think about what flavor I want. I think that's it for me. I lied, we're going to Bojangles. Quick question, do you guys just have like salt and pepper packets? On this side? Appreciate it. Just because you're on a budget doesn't mean you can't have seasoning. And we're getting real loose with the term seasoning here, okay? I got my salt and pepper packets. That was the most important thing. All right, let me hit this transition real quick. I don't know if I was in the right spot, but I hope that worked. $10. That's the price. Today we are making stuffed chicken breast and garlic mashed potatoes. So the recipe calls for 1 chicken breast, a handful of spinach, 1/4 block of cream cheese, 1 to 2 cloves of garlic, salt and pepper, and some olive oil and butter. Hey Google, how do you make stuffed chicken breasts? If you can't tell, I'm winging the hell out of this recording. There's very little planning, very minimal planning. And this is the ingredients for the potatoes. So we need to have 1 to 2 russet potatoes. I don't know what a russet potato is or what it looks like. I just got the cheapest potatoes I could find. And we need butter, and we need some milk, and we need some garlic. Instead of milk, we might have to just use water because I did not incorporate that into the budget. I also forgot to put butter into the budget. I hope that's not problematic later. How do I prep chicken? Do we wash it? I think I'll wash it. Why not? 1 chicken breast. Ew. Oh my gosh, I didn't wash my hands. I'm actually so stupid. Wash your hands before you cook. Ew. Bro, it's cold. Get all in the crevice of the chicken. Now give it a little massage. Make sure it's tender. Like that. Can you believe I had stomach pain the day after filming this? I'm not saying it was the food, but I'm not saying it wasn't. Now let's prepare our stuffing, shall we? Yum. We'll put this on the side for now, and then the rest of it that kind of spilt everywhere, that's just gonna give it more flavor because the table actually gives your food more seasoning and more flavor. Wait, how do I make mashed potatoes? Do I peel the potatoes first? Maybe I'll peel one of them just to see how it is. But if it's like unbearable, then I'm not gonna do the rest. All right, so it is unbearable, and I'm just gonna boil these instead. Mashed potatoes are not hard to make, but I'm very prone to kitchen accidents, so this might not be so easy for me. Let's get our pot. And the recipe says we gotta put some cream cheese in the collard greens. Do I mix it in? You know what, we're gonna cook it with it. That's gonna go in there. Let's start seasoning up this chicken. We'll use a little bit of our Bojangles salt and pepper. We're gonna cut a hole in there. That looks good. We can put our filling in there. By now our water is kind of boiled, so now we can start to do our potatoes. Let's go. Oh shit, ooh, oh, okay. Like, bloop. Bloop. That's what's gonna be my stuffing. Wait, I just realized, I think I'm supposed to boil the collard greens. I'm not supposed to fry it. Hey Google, how long does it take to boil potatoes? I only have 15 minutes until my potatoes are done boiling. So let's try and use that time wisely. A little bit of oil to our pan. Now we're gonna move our chicken on the pan. Oh! Okay, so we're putting some garlic on it now because we gotta get some seasoning. Make sure it gets all the flavor in there. Dude, this is so easy. Yep, you keep thinking that. Okay, so that's clearly still pink. There we go. That's almost cooked. Almost. Yeah, let me cut it open some more. See, now the middle can get cooked too. I'm so smart. At this point, we're doing all right. But then I ran into a little tiny issue. Okay, so those should be soft by now, but they're not. I don't know why. And that's a problem for future me. So we could just forget about it, right? All right, let's check on this now. Hey! I want more pico de gallo sauce stuff. Okay, let's open that up again and pour some. Ow! I burnt myself. Ouch, ouch. Okay, this is for our potatoes. I think it's probably fine if we take them out now. Let's go back to our stuffing. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I was supposed to boil it, so we're gonna put it back in the potato water. Oh, they're kind of tough. But can we talk about how that almost broke my fork? Like, why are the potatoes fighting back? Stop! Oh, that's why you're supposed to have the milk and stuff, aren't you? Okay, I added a little bit of water because it was kind of tough, so. But I also totally messed up my fork. Like, my fork is slightly bent now. Now it's time to strain the greens. Pretty simple, right? Pour this in here. Oh shit. I'll clean it later. But since we're almost finished with our dish, now it's time to get to plating. Put food on the plate. The chicken's cooked all the way through. Got some browning. All right, here we go. Oh my god, he's eating it. He's really eating it. That's a lot better than I expected it would be. Except the potatoes. Those tasted like dry doo-doo cake. $5. I'm gonna be trying to make some gnocchi, some gnocchi. I don't really know how to pronounce it. And garlic bread. But here are the ingredients. 4 little potatoes, 1 piece of pre-buttered bread, garlic, 2 Roma tomatoes, and the pico de gallo. I also got about 1/2 cup of flour. And finally, 1 egg. Never mind, I dropped the egg. So now I gotta get a new one. The first thing I'm supposed to do is actually peel these potatoes. I don't know how to peel potatoes. So this is my first time actually hearing of the food gnocchi. And the closest thing I can compare it to was a sort of pasta. But I don't know if whatever I made is how it's actually supposed to taste like. So maybe don't use me as a point of reference. There you go in there. Let's chop off this. I don't want that part. Given my terrible knife handling skills, I'm surprised I haven't gotten injured yet. Okay, you can go there. Also gonna add a little bit of our pico de gallo. Out of the pan. Okay, we got our sauce cooking. It's sauce. All right, I think the water's good now. Take the potato. Bloop. Ow! And while my potatoes are boiling, I ran into a new problem. I have no idea when the sauce is done. So we're just gonna have to like eyeball it and like I'll know when it's finished, you know? The sauce is finished. It doesn't smell too bad, but for now let's work on something else. This is gonna be a very jank garlic bread. I didn't have enough money to budget for butter, so we're just gonna have to use this pre-buttered bread. You guys are watching me make the biggest mistake of my recipe. So it turns out when you're making garlic bread, you're actually supposed to put the garlic in the bread. I'm doing the equivalent of putting hot dog water on a bun. That looks like enough for like one piece of bread. Bloop. And hope it just absorbs everything. What are we absorbing? That's literally water with a fart of garlic. Whoop. Oh man. Got our potatoes now. I don't have the right tools to crush these potatoes, so let's just use our hands. Oh, it's hot. Ah! I'm gonna stop playing with it now. I don't think I'm good. And now I have to crack an egg and separate the yolk from the whites. Okay, I got it. And then that goes in there. Looking back at this footage, it's getting harder to pinpoint exactly what made me sick. Just an open countertop, which I'm sure is clean. Also, for some reason, my potatoes were really chunky. And this is terrible because it's supposed to have the consistency of dough. But I don't really know what to do about it, so we're going with it. I think I need more flour. We're gonna eyeball it. Ah! Look at that efficiency. Look at that form and efficiency. The next step is to use my knife mastery and chop it into little pieces. Hey, little dudes. All right, you go in there. So once again, I don't really know exactly when this is supposed to be done cooking. So if I mess up, I could be eating raw eggs. All right, I'll take them off now. I don't want them to get like overcooked or something. Okay, maybe that wasn't the smartest idea, but they're probably still safe. I should try one. Let me try one. That's what it looks like. Tastes pretty plain, but it doesn't taste like undercooked or anything, I don't think. Plating! I hope I don't get food poisoning. Here's our $5 meal. I'm kind of scared. I actually don't know. Ooh. The tomato sauce, it tastes like tomato sauce, you know? I don't know how to describe it. Okay, now it's time to try the garlic bread. Yeah, I don't care for this at all. This was kind of gross. This tastes a lot worse than it looks. And I think it's just because there was no butter or anything, but it tastes kind of weird. $1. Come here. Look into my pouch. Look what I have. 73 cents. And I found this in my pantry. Anyways, we're gonna be making ramen pancakes. So my idea is that I boil some ramen and then I flatten everything in a pan. And hopefully everything stays together. I don't really know what it's gonna look like when we're done. Boil some water. Don't need that anymore. Oh, hot. Does anyone else like to eat the like the uncooked crumbs? I think that water's hot enough now, so we're gonna put our ramen in. I genuinely don't know what possessed me to want to do this. But if any of you guys are thinking about trying this at home, just don't. Because as soon as the food touches your tongue, you're gonna immediately fall over and die. This video is not FDA approved. People would be making anything with ramen nowadays, you know? They be fixing countertops with ramen. You be fixing your toilet with ramen. So why not pancakes? I strained out my water. We're gonna add some oil. And let's see if this goes how I'm picturing it will in my head. Spoiler alert, no it did not. We're gonna take the ramen. Oh! They're actually still really, ow! Okay, so maybe the pan was too hot, and maybe I shouldn't have put hot water on hot oil. In retrospect, that might not have been the best idea to do oil. But now that we have a second chance, we can start to flatten our pancake. Yeah, you mush it down like that. What the hell am I doing, bro? Like, genuinely, what the hell am I doing? Now it's time for the flip. This is the hard part. Oh! That was kind of good, kinda. Okay, we can recover. How's that looking, guys? How it looks doesn't matter, because now we're getting to plating. Bro, this looks so sad. It kind of looks like an eyeball. Time for us to taste our dish. That shit's gross. That looks nasty. Why is it so hard to chew? Like, I don't... I'm getting there. Am I gonna starve to death when I go to college? Maybe. I don't know. I might. It's looking kind of likely. Never having that again. Genuinely, that's awful. Thanks for watching, y'all. Okay, bye.